Hey, it's Ebony of 92Q, and I am I'm humbled to be with right now on the phone with the great Brian McKnight. What's going on?
Everything, nothing. Depends on the time of day, I guess.
Damn. That's a good answer. Good answer. Well, I got to, of course, start off everything by congratulating you and your beautiful wife. Y'all just welcome home a newborn baby. How does that feel having that back in the household?
Um, it is truly a gift
Mm.
that it's so remarkable. It's the only thing I want to do. I
Mm.
mean, leaving to go do shows is great, and I know that I've had a career, but my true legacy is sitting at home, waiting for me to get back. And Daddy misses baby Brian, and when we get home and to see his face light up, it's unlike anything that I've ever experienced.
Oh my
Truly.
gosh, makes me want to cry. I love that. And I know that patience, having a newborn baby, patience is definitely an attribute in the home right now, too.
Well, it's interesting. Babies, they tell you what's wrong with them.
Mm.
I've never understood why people get frustrated. It's either I'm sleepy, I'm hungry, or I'm wet. That's it. And when you understand his cries,
Yeah.
there's no patience involved because this baby is so much to us. He's everything to us. So even when he's pooping on me or peeing on me,
Oh my
or
God.
it's cute because I love him so much. It's incredible.
I love how you find the joy in every part of it. No, there is no bad
Yeah.
part. I'm good. And I'm loving every moment of it.
Well, there shouldn't be any
Yeah.
parent that says there's a bad part of, or you see people on Instagram complaining about how they're not getting any sleep. They don't understand, and they probably shouldn't be parents.
Mm.
That's just my every second you have with your child is a joy, no matter what's happening.
Oh, I
Period.
love that. And I know you feel the same way about spending time with your wife. Y'all, I got to tell you, beautiful love. I think that y'all's love is honestly an inspiration to a lot of people. To me even. It's an inspiration that people give up on love, and it's so hard to find somebody that you truly connect with?
Well, it is, and I tell people all the time. I didn't find it till I was 42 when I met Leilani.
Mhm.
I went my whole life writing love songs, not believing that love really existed until I met her, and it opened up the whole world. If you'd have told me at 40 that I'd have a newborn at 53, I'd have told you were crazy. Especially since I planned it. This was
Mhm.
not an accident. This was not a oopsie doopsie. This was the good EPT commercial where you take the test. You're like, yeah, we're pregnant. you know.
That's good. That's good. I love that. I know that though. What's it called? You have to have advice for those that are still trying to understand love, especially those that are, you didn't find your true love until 42. There's some that are still like that, still finding it, looking for it. Do you have any advice for people?
Well, we talked about patience earlier.
Yeah.
I think that people sell themselves really short. I should never have done anything with anyone till I was 42,
Oh
till I
wow.
found that person. Anything that I did before that was a waste of my time and a waste of their time because they weren't the one, and I knew they weren't the one. They knew I wasn't the one, and they tried it anyway. Patience. You need to wait and click off all the things on your list. Don't compromise on one thing. And when you find that person that feels the same way about you, that's when it's gonna work. That's when it's gonna work.
Now, when you was writing the love music, back in the '90s and in the late '90s and the 2000s, all your years of music, where was that love inspiration coming from as you were still trying to find your identity within it?
Well, let's just say that that's where the musical part of me takes over.
Mm.
Being a product of thousands, maybe millions of songs, it's easy for me to create something that somebody's already created. If you listen to my body of work from 92 to 2001 to 2008,
Hmm.
I was really just continuing an idea that I'd heard from songs from I was 5 or 6, 7 years old. I can come up with some changes and some melodies and put lyrics to that based on every other song or every other book or every other movie I've seen. But the day that I met Leilani, the lyrics wrote themselves because I finally had a muse. The music became so much deeper. It became about forever and about for always and about being in love and not just things on the surface. And I think that's the huge difference you can hear between the evolution of my music as it pertains to my love life.
I think you're absolutely correct. I mean, hearing your latest project, Exodus, and the songs like Nobody and Hula Girl is my song. I love that one. I'm just at the house just crying with wine. I'm just like, I'm gonna find mine one day because I want somebody to refer to me as that as well. Y'all's love is so precious.
Well, imagine that at our wedding, I didn't know. She sat me down, and then the curtains open, and she comes out in her hula outfit and did a hula for me. It was. I'm crying about it right now, thinking about it. I mean, that's real. That's a
Yeah.
real thing. I put all four of her names in that song. It's insane.
Oh, that's precious. And I want to know what else inspired that particular project. What else that made your mind go, okay, I can do this entire album, Exodus.
Uh, just the idea that that was going to be the last one. That
Mm.
that as far as doing an entire, long play album, CD, whatever it is, I knew that 20 was a good number to sort of stop and take a second to reflect on everything that I've done and go into a different stage of my life. I spent most of my adult life chasing a career. I have other priorities now, and that was during the pandemic, and that's when I realized that you know what, I don't really have to work this hard anymore. The house didn't burn down. Everything's cool. I can sort of back away gracefully from and sort of go into this next chapter of being a husband and now being a father of a newborn. These are my priorities now.
Now I saw that in an interview that you said that this would be your last project of original music, and I was like, nah, 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 nah. I'm not gonna believe it. So it is true. This is the last one.
Kind of. So I'm about to release a lullabies album for my son.
Oh my gosh,
But
I was just thinking about that.
there's original music on there, but as far as an R&B kind of Brian McKnight album,
Hmm.
we've seen the last of that. But there'll be a little bit of that for the babies. There may be a volume 1 and a volume 2 and maybe a volume 3. Along with the originals, I'm also putting on there. One of the things that I missed from when I was a kid was kids being able to listen to really great music. So there's some covers of some songs on this Lullabies album that I want babies to start hearing. Not that today's music isn't great, not what I'm saying, but I think that the music that I grew up with sort of molded and shaped my life into what it is. I'd like to do that for the babies of the future as well,
Oh, I
with the
get
Brian
it.
McKnight sort of take on them. Yeah.
I definitely get it. I definitely get it. There's a lot of music that I heard growing up that really kind of connected me a lot better, a lot more. And some of that is missed today. Some of it is missed today and trying to just be viral or it's not, there's a point sometimes that it's not there. So I can get it, what you're referring to. Well, I can't wait for the lullaby. Listen, I'll listen to it my dang self. I know it's for babies, but I'm here for it too, personally.
Well, that's the thing. It's for babies because it's for my son, but it's really honestly too for the parents to
Mhm.
listen to with the babies. I mean, I have a song on there that's the exact amount of time that should take you to change a diaper called Diaper Time, which is fun. And then there's another one for bath time. So it's not your typical sort of A B C D E F G kind of baby album, but there's some of that on there too.
Awesome. And now, what's going on with this latest single? I saw that you have a latest single that's going to be coming out soon, right?
So it's actually out. Faithfully is out. It's been out.
Mm-hmm.
Faithfully is sort of, again, you've seen our love story. I
Mm-hmm.
can't stop writing about Leilani, and I probably will never stop writing about her because she does something every day that is noteworthy enough to be a song every single day. And sometimes it's just a look. I mean, I caught her coming out of the shower this morning, and that was a song. I mean,
He said, I
it's
was.
just that.
Oh, I know she has to love it. I know she has to love every moment of it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Well, thank you again, for just giving us this history of music because regardless of everything, you definitely are you're an icon. You are and you are a symbol when it comes to R&B music and the stature, the foundation, the evolution, all of it. And I know that that has to of course mean something a little bit to you as well, right?
It does. I mean, I remember hearing Barry Manilow sing a song when I was a kid called "I Write the Songs That Make the Whole World Sing." Ironically, that he didn't write, but that's who I wanted to be. I
Yeah.
wanted to, since I was 17, write something, one thing, maybe two things that people would listen to for decades, and that's already happened. So I think I've fulfilled my place here on Earth, as it were.
Well, tell us about this tour, this city winery type of tour you're doing. You're about to hit Nashville this weekend. How has it been reconnecting with fans?
So yeah, I took 6 months off for paternity leave, so I'm just getting back into shows. They're not all city winery shows,
Hmm.
so the way tours work now, at least for me, I do some solo shows. This is me as a singer songwriter in Nashville coming up this weekend. So a lot more audience interaction. But then next week I'm in a stadium in Chicago, so it's that different with the band and the whole thing. But I really enjoy these sort of solo shows, the ones I'm doing at City Winery, because it takes me back to the way I began. It's just me,
Mm.
my guitar, my piano, and I'm telling the stories of the songs that I've written in a very intimate setting. So I love doing that as much as I love doing the other as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I know that Nashville fans are definitely well, fans all over the world, of course, are excited. I'm excited personally because, like I said, just being somebody of a listener of you, knowing your roots and how much you've just helped a lot of people, myself included. I cannot wait for you to come to City Winery. So we got the new music, we got the lullaby coming out very soon, the volumes of that. We have so much coming out. I do want to ask you, do you have any advice for those that are, new to the game of R&B music or just in music in itself? Any advice?
I think it's, although the industry has changed, there's one thing that probably hasn't. Trying to figure out the one thing about yourself as an artist that will stand out from everything else that's out there. There's a lot of sameness out there that comes and goes.
Mm.
You really have to figure out who you are and how to make your mark in this business and what you want as a career. If you want to be a star, uh, get those followers up on Instagram.
Mm.
But if you want to be an artist and you want to have a career, you're going to have to figure out how to be the first you and not the next somebody else.
Oh, you said you just preached a sermon. Honestly, that's some tithes and offering type of stuff right there. That is just perfectly, very well said. And do you have any a thought process to R&B music before and today and how it's changed?
Not necessarily. I think that every generation, well, not even generations anymore, every 8 or 9 years, the music sort of changes.
Yeah.
And all these kids are doing now is their version of what somebody else did before. So I don't look at it in terms of this music's better or that music's better. It's just an expression. I appreciate that people are still creating and people are consuming music at a rate that they never have before. Probably because it's free, but we'll talk about that some other time. But it is great to see that, and it's there are more artists than ever before. There's more music than ever before.
Yeah.
But that actually makes it harder to make it.
Yeah, it
So
does. But you know that you are a part of that, like I said before, that foundation. And I know for me and a lot of people, we just thank you for all that you've done when it comes to R&B music and just as an artist in itself. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
thank you so much. Have a great day.